one investment first. Like, don't try to do stocks and crypto and property and gold and build a business at the same time, which so many people try to do. And I get it why, because we don't want to miss any opportunities. But the best thing from my experience is choose one and start there and learn to do that really, really well. If it's a business, learn everything you can. Start the company. Start making sales in that company. Make revenue in that company. Start growing that business, because then from there, you'll now have the money to put into investments. Financial freedom is great. Like the fact that as soon as we're done, I'm going down to the gym, I'm going to train. I've had all my work is having great calls with friends I love and talk to and making business partnerships and stuff. Like, I love what I do, which means I don't have to be financially free and then stop. Financial freedom is just a step on the journey. It's just a comfort level. The journey is what is fun. And so don't have too much of a hurry, because Tony Robbins always says most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they greatly underestimate what they can do in a decade or decades. And I could not have dreamed 10 years ago of building the businesses I have today. That didn't even exist in my mind, and here I am. And I can't even imagine where I'll be in another 10 years. So for that reason, don't worry about that. It takes time. It will take time. But if you have fun while doing it and you're taking action on the right things, like working on one thing and building yourself up, you'll be fine. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And you're going to live that life that you've never even dreamed was possible to live.
Mister NRGY Show. Welcome to the big Daniel Wood, my brother. I'm so grateful to have you today, because I know you are very busy. A world-class speaker like you, it's normal, you know. You have a lot of things, a lot of business. Thank you so much for attend this this time, for take this time for our audience. For me it will be very important, the audience, the French market, Spanish market, and Arabian market, more French and Arabian. All right, in this moment we are very focused with our speaker agency, Alpha Speaker, to know who is Daniel. Can you explain to us, can you give to us who is Daniel Wood? Who is him?
Yeah.
Okay, who you are.
So
okay,
the question is, how do you do
now.
this quickly, right? I'll try to give you a quick brief on me. So I started working very early. I came out of high school and I started working. I worked in sales and did very well, not because I was good at it, but because I was working, like the company would track how many calls we would make. I made 3 times as many calls as anyone else in the office. So I just worked much harder than anyone else, but I wasn't really very good at what I did. But hard work overcomes talent was something I learned. And so by the time I was 21, I got my first management job. At the age of 23, I got my first CEO job. And then at age 25, I left everything to start investing in property and real estate. And so I'm born and raised in Sweden. My dad's from the US, that's why I have the accent, but I'm born and raised in Sweden. And I decided to start investing in real estate in the UK. And it started with that. We bought some properties, me and my ex-wife, we bought some properties. And then we quickly got ripped off. We got robbed for about £400,000. And it wasn't our own money. It was money we'd raised from investors. And all of a sudden, we've lost all that money. My accountant calls me and says, Daniel, it's time to bankrupt your company. Your investors are going to lose everything, but you can start over. It's fine for you. You start over, but they will lose everything. I said,
Wow.
that doesn't make sense, Michael. That's my accountant. I said, we can't do that. I'm not throwing them under the bus. And he said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know, but I'm not bankrupting the company. Somehow I have to figure this out. And it was just a little while after that Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the amazing book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, came to Oslo. And so he was in Oslo, Norway, which is about a 5-6 hour drive from where I was living in Stockholm. And so we said, all right, we got to do something. We're doing it. We got in the car, we brought our 1-year-old baby in, and we drove all the way over to Oslo. And we get there, it's this huge venue. There's about 2,000 people at the event. We'd bought a VIP ticket so we could go backstage. But what I realized when we started talking to people, about half of the people in the room were Norwegians. The other half were from Sweden, who'd literally come to another country. So I went to the organizer and said, why aren't you doing this in Sweden? You'd have so much more people. And they said, no. Swedes aren't interested in this. What are you talking about? We're here. Literally, as many people came from a different, we took 6-10 hours to get here. The Norwegians could barely get out of bed and just come to the event, and we're still as many here. What are you talking about? And they're like, nope, Swedes don't enjoy this. And I argued with them for an hour about this. And they're just going like, nope, not interested. We're not doing Sweden. And so finally I said, okay, if these type of speakers are ever going to come to Sweden, because we knew with the teaching we had, with the knowledge we had, we'd lost 400,000 pounds. So if we were going to change our business, change our lives, we needed to be elevated by someone new to come in and teach us. But we didn't have the money to travel and go to all these events or pay for these expensive speakers. And so we said, you know what? We're going to start an event company in Sweden and bring these speakers to us. That's why we started the Swedish Institute. So we started because I couldn't afford coaching. So I realized that if I brought the speaker to Sweden, I put a room full of people who wanted to learn from them. The speaker would be super happy. The people would be super happy because finally someone's coming to Sweden. And I, as the promoter, could take the speaker out to dinner and get my free coaching. So it would only cost me a dinner. And so we started doing that. We started bringing over these amazing speakers to Sweden, and all of our events were free. And it was the way the speakers made money was that they would sell one of their trainings for those who wanted to. So it became this perfect win-win scenario. And we grew really, really quickly because, yes, Swedes did want this. And what happened was within about a year and a half, we brought Kim Kiyosaki herself to Sweden.
Oh, yes,
it was incredible. And she spent 3 days in Sweden. So for 3 days in a row, we took her out to dinner. We showed her around Stockholm, and we told her about our business. We told her about what we were going through because property is so slow. That's why, 2 years after we'd realized that we were going bankrupt, we were still alive because property is so slow. And so we told her, like, this is where we're at. What do we do? It took her 15 minutes to figure out what to do. She said, restructure that deal, restructure that debt, do 2 more deals like that, and you're done.
Easy, simple things.
It's like, if you know it, you know it. It's so easy. Now, it took us over 2 years to do what she said we should do because, again, property is slow. But thanks to her, I never went bankrupt. I turned my business around, and now I have a very successful property portfolio. And I have the luxury of speaking all over the world because a part of this journey,
of course.
Yeah, it was so cool. And a part of this journey was going to see Tony Robbins. So Success Resources brought me in as a speaker, said, look, Tony Robbins helped change your life. We want you to speak on his behalf. So I started speaking for Tony Robbins. I started speaking for T. Harv Eker. I started speaking for Robert and Kim Kiyosaki. I've taught property investing all over the world. And now we're doing all these super exciting events about artificial intelligence with literally the best artificial intelligence.
Our brother, Kenny.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kane literally teaches AI for Tony Robbins. Tony
Robbins
with the best of the best of the best. And he said, Kane, you and Alessia, you're going to come and teach AI for my people. And now you and me are both business partners with Kane. And we are now bringing his teachings all over the world, and obviously with you into the French market to totally crush it.
Okay. I don't tell to the audience why Daniel is here. Daniel, it's my brother because we are speakers. Okay, Daniel and me, we are speakers in Success Resources. Okay, the best speakers agency, the best of the world, with Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, with Grant Cardone, okay, Russell Brunson, Randy Zuckerberg, okay, Will.i.am, Pitbull, okay. We are together in the speakers in Success Resources. This is the reason why I do a mini stage with online stage with Daniel. Daniel will be with us, okay, in our event in London with Robert Kiyosaki. This is the reason why for me to present to the audience who is Daniel, why Daniel is with Alpha Speaker. And first is the human guy, you know. I love this guy. The first time when I know him, you know, I know it will be it was a connection. I don't, you know, sometimes you don't know, you don't understand what's happening, you know, the energy, you know, something it's creating about God, okay, because you are in the high vibration, you know. And when Veronica call me, say, okay, Youssef, I want to present to you Daniel. Veronica Tan, the owner of Success Resources, say, okay, of course, you know, we're going to do a lot of things together, because I know you are okay, you have a lot of similitude things, okay. And this is the reason why it will be for me it was very, very important, okay, to bring to you to our community, because you in the future you're going to see Daniel in many events with us, okay. This is the reason why it was very important. Okay, Daniel, for you, Daniel, for the people they're doing they are entrepreneur and they want to go to the entrepreneurship to investor, okay, for the mindset, okay.
Left side of the quadrants to the right side,
yes, or go to the next level, you know, to the entrepreneur to go to the investor. What's for you it will be the three keys, the three secrets, the three things, okay, to bring this new mindset? Because I think, for my part, I think it's a new mindset. You have to disblock some things, okay, in your mind, inside you, okay. Can you help?
So I'll share three kind of things that I think are really important, and the first two are very connected to each other. So the first is, you know, if you know the cash flow quadrants.
Yes.
Yeah, let me just write it up so everyone can see. So if you have the quadrants here, can you see that? Yeah.
Yes.
So you have the left side here and the right side here. Now this might be mirrored, so it might go wrong for everyone watching, but
no, it's okay.
So if you have the left side here, you have your employee and your self-employed. And so the goal is go from left to right, you know, move over to the right side, where you can either be a business owner or entrepreneur. Now, the problem that most people try to do is they're trying to do both at the same time, right? They're trying to jump over and do both, become an entrepreneur and an investor at the same time. And you need to focus on one. Like, focus on one business or one investment first. Like, don't try to do stocks and crypto and property and gold and build a business at the same time, which so many people try to do. And I get it why, because we don't want to miss any opportunities. But the best thing from my experience is choose one and start there and learn to do that really, really well. If it's a business, learn everything you can. Start the company. Start making sales in that company. Make revenue in that company. Start growing that business, because then from there, you'll now have the money to put into investments. Or start with one type of investment, if that is property or stocks, and like become the best you can be. And then from that profit, you can separate, you can start diversifying into other assets. So become really good at one, and then become really good at two, and then really good at three, but become really good first. So that's,
thank you very much, Daniel, because it's the first time, okay, I heard that, okay, like this, okay, moment, okay, I have to open the door, one moment. It's not the first time, okay, sorry. Okay, it's not the first time, but like you explained to me, okay, today, the word what you use it, okay, I don't know. I really, okay, take consciousness, about what do you do, or what do you say, it's, I don't know, it's very different. You use the word, for, I say, okay, yes, it's right. It's right, and because the people want to do, because they are, I feel, you tell me if you agree or not with that. I think the people, they are afraid about they want to do everything because okay, I don't have time to do later because I was old. I have to do everything, and maybe one thing of the oldest thing what I do, what they use. What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think a lot of people, like a lot of people, they call it FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And so we as people, we often get that fear, right? You don't want to miss the party where you can hang out with your friends, because they will have all these stories if I'm not there. We don't want to miss the opportunity in the stock market, because then we'll always regret it, or we'll regret not investing in Bitcoin when it was new, or this and that and the other. So now when we're starting to get this mindset that I want to take action, I want to get stuff done, we start thinking, I want to do everything now because I don't want to miss out on something. I don't want to choose the wrong one. Like when I got into property there 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago, I could have gotten into crypto instead, for example. And if I had, I would have been buying Bitcoin at like nothing, and I would have made all kinds of money from that. Now, the question is, going back now, should I say like that miss out? Because I missed out on that. I didn't do that. So how horrible was that? Well, you know what? If I had taken that opportunity, my life would be completely different. In some ways, it would have been much better.
Of course.
But you know what? I love my life as it is now. So if I had done that, I wouldn't have the life I have now. And that's why I say, like, don't worry about missing out, because if you try to do everything, you're going to do everything poorly. So you're going to miss out on everything. So choose one thing, focus on that, do it really, really well. And yeah, you might miss some other stuff. You might miss the next Bitcoin, but you will find your Bitcoin. You will find what you can do really good. You will grow, and then success will come. So that's my first point there. My second point is that don't have too much of a hurry. Now, most of my students, when they come into our programs and, when they join our events, they say, look, I want to be financially free in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. And I was the same way. That was my goal. I wanted to be financially free within 2 years, not have to work, travel the world. But now I am financially free, and look at me, I'm still working. I'm here doing, the Mister NRGY Show. I'm doing all these events. Yes. I'm traveling to these events. I'm still doing property deals. I'm doing this because I love it. And so what I've realized is that it's like financial freedom is great. Like the fact that as soon as we're done, I'm going down to the gym, I'm going to train. I've had all my work is having great calls with friends I love. and talk to and making business partnerships and stuff. Like, I love what I do, which means I don't have to be financially free and then stop. Financial freedom is just a step on the journey. It's just a comfort level. The journey is what is fun. And so don't have too much of a hurry, because Tony Robbins always says most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they greatly underestimate what they can do in a decade or decades. And I could not have dreamed 10 years ago of building the businesses I have today. That didn't even exist in my mind, and here I am. And I can't even imagine where I'll be in another 10 years. So for that reason, don't worry about that. It takes time. It will take time. But if you have fun while doing it, and you're taking action on the right things, like working on one thing and building yourself up, you'll be fine. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And you're going to live that life that you've never even dreamed was possible to live.
Daniel, do you think, okay, you tell you are financial, you have your financial freedom, okay, congratulations, okay. Do you think, Daniel, do you think now you work because you are in our mission? Do you believe about your mission of life or not? What do you believe about it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
this is your life for you. It's not a work. It's easy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like I said, when I started working there right after high school, I made money and I worked really, really hard, but I hated it. Like I just, I woke up Monday morning and like, oh my God, there's a whole week left. And Friday afternoon was like, oh, finally.
The rat race.
Yeah, it was the rat race.
And rat race in our life.
Yeah. And now I get up in the morning, I get up at 5 a.m., I go down to the gym. And while I'm there, like in between sets, when I'm resting between sets,
you're excited.
I'm working.
You're excited.
Like, because I want to. I'm texting people at 5:30 a.m. going like, hey, dude, what are we doing with this? How are we doing with this event? What's going on here? What are we going to do? Like, I remember a story that I heard when I was very young. I was probably 19 years old when I heard the story, and I don't remember who it was, but it was a business tycoon who'd built a huge like airplane construction company. And a journalist got to follow him around for a few days and like see what he did at work. So for a few days, this journalist was like his shadow, and he followed him around all the time. And so at the end of the time, he said, wow, this was great. Thank you so much for this. For the article, can I ask, how much do you work every week? And the entrepreneur just looked at him and said, I don't work a thing. I work nothing. So what are you talking about? I've been following you around for a week. You work all the time. Like, you get up in the morning, you start working, you work till late in the evening. What do you mean you don't work? He said, no, look, you've completely misunderstood. Let me explain it. When I was a kid, I played with toy airplanes. When I got to high school, I would build model airplanes. Now, as a grown-up, I build big airplanes. All I've done my whole life is just play with my airplane toys. I don't work. I just build my toys. And that, I didn't get that at 19. I didn't get that at 25. I get it now.
No, of course not. You don't understand. Of course not.
No, but now I understand. Like, I love doing what I do. I'm not working. I don't work. I just play with what I love playing with. And so I think it's important to understand that, and this is why I kind of harp on that the journey is the goal, and it will take a while to find it. Like, I have found my mission. I found why I was put here on this earth. This is what I do, and I love doing it, and I help lots of people all over the world because I have that ability to bring people together. And again, that was why I was put here. But it took me a good long time to figure out what that was.
I agree with you. I'm going to share with you something, because I know we believe. Okay, I believe. Okay, we are not here for changing the word, because the word is for me, for myself, what I believe. Okay, that is my belief. Okay, it's only God changing the world. Okay,
Yeah.
but we are here for changing the humanity.
Yeah.
Okay. I was writing something this morning. Was before to come with you. All right. I'm in Nice now, in the south of France, now near Monaco. And I'm going to share with you. Okay, you are the first people, the first one. Okay, about our mission in Alpha Speaker, and what Mister NRGY mission is the same. Okay, our mission is elevate the energy and the human consciousness. Okay, doing give a journey with a high act. That's what I do. That is my mission. My mission. It's not my mission. It's my why. Because the mission, I think. Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, my mission. Our mission. I think we have all the humanity have only the one mission. It's the same for everybody. That is what I believe. Okay, it's to elevate the vibration. Okay, the consciousness, and to give the best life. Okay, the best, to be the people to be a better human, to help to grow the humanity, the consciousness of the humanity. That is what I believe.
I agree 100%. I mean, that's what, and we all have our different ways of doing it. We all have our different ways where we come in and can make that impact. And I think that is so important, to accept what your gifts are, figure out what it is you love to do, and then figure out how you can do what you love to do.
Sorry.
Yeah.
For me, sorry. It's very, 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 very important what you tell now. Okay, the people that have to accept. Okay, the presence of God they give to him, because we have every human guy have some special tools. Okay, but they doesn't accept. Okay, what they are, what they are. They have these talents. Okay, God talent. I don't know if we can tell something like that. Okay, these talents, the unique talent. They don't accept, and they don't to serve the humanity with this talent. They don't accept because they are in the case. Okay, in the box, like Tony always. Box, they are in the box, living in the box, going to the box to work in the box, and eating in the box. Okay, but you tell something very important. Accept. The people they have to accept. Okay, the unique talent they have. What do you believe about?
Yeah, and I think
it's very important.
what's important is to find how you use it in a way where you love to do it, right? Because like I've been in the job of, introducing people and services and so on, like in sales. But I hated being a salesperson. I love being an event promoter. And so I'm doing very much the same thing, just that the way I'm doing it now is slightly different. And that slight difference takes me from hate to love. And I think that is where, if okay, these are my gifts, but if the normal application of those gifts is not something you enjoy, you have to find a way to elevate yourself and find out, okay, so how do I implement this in a way that brings joy to my life? Because then that is raising the energy and will allow you to elevate the entire world. So yeah, I 100% agree, my man.
Wow, that is very, very hard. Okay, the last one, the last question, Daniel. Okay, you're going to be a speaker with us in our event with Robert Kiyosaki in London in the couple of weeks. Okay, is it very important to build a cash flow machine, okay, for have this I don't speak about financial freedom, but financial serenity, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it's very important, okay, the serenity, financial serenity and the financial well-being. Okay, that's for my, because only for explain to you, when I was operator, I was winning every month 25,000 euro. That was my salary. About the manager. Okay, I was the CEO, but I have salary 25, and I built a portfolio about investing 900,000 euro. Okay, good life. Okay, in the paper. Okay, but I was a lot of stress. 127 kilo, bad food, bad sleep, always. Okay. I find only the people. Okay, TV program. I do in TV program. I do a lot of things. I'm the best. I'm the best. My ego was poof. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't have serenity, and I'm always afraid about to lose my money. Okay, I was very my personality not okay, not so totally different what I'm today. Okay, and I lose, of course, I lose everything. Okay, I'm millionaire to sleep in the caravan. Okay, with €5 per day for it in 2017. Okay. I give it to in 2015. Thank you to God to send to me a video from somebody to hear the Jim Rohn, because I don't. It was the video about Jim Rohn. It's opened my heart, my consciousness. Okay, I can believe he exists. This type of people in the world. I was only these people doesn't exist only on the movie. Sorry, American.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, I don't like you today. What unbelievable, and change all my mind. I changed because I was very very bad in this moment, and I'm open my mind and Daniel. I think it's very important, to build a very good network. Okay, for me, your network is your net worth. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it's very important. What do you think about that things?
Yeah, I mean, look, what I've been able to do this year, especially, is based purely on the network I've built over the last decade. So for me, my entire business is my network. So I definitely agree. And the more you get into it, and the more you grow your network, and the more you surround yourself with better like coaches and mentors, the more that I just had a meeting in July with my business partner, who kind of said, well, look, we should do this in the business. And so he's come in, he's my business partner, but also my mentor. And so he just said, like, we should do this differently. And I just, wow, wait a sec. If I do that and I go to my network with that, will 100x, not just the 10x that people talk about, will 100x our company in the next 2 years. And we took it, we implemented it, and we're doing it. It's working. It's actually, we're on the path to 100xing our business within 2 years. And it's all based on the network, both on the people I know and can partner with, and on the coaches and mentors that are advising me. Without them, we're nothing. So I 100% agree. And surrounding yourself with people like this at events, like that's why it's so important to come to that London event. That's going to be a room full of people who want this, who are in this space, who are thinking in these terms, like the business partnerships that might not happen now. Like you'll get to know people, you'll be contacts, and then maybe in 1 year, 5 years, or in my case here, like 10 years later in some cases, boom, it blows up, and all of a sudden, wow, what a partnership that comes out of it.
Yes, it's very important. For me, my mind, what I think about about partnership. Network is very, very important. Okay, a network is like a garden. Okay, of course, you have to do your garden very well. Okay,
Yeah.
you have to put water in your garden. You have to put a flower. You have to put some fruit. Okay,
Yeah.
because you have to be opportunity. My sentence, always be a opportunity. If you be opportunity for the people, you don't think about money, because always you're going to have some people are going to bring to you opportunity to doing business, because the business it's human by human. Okay, it's
100%.
human by business. Now, that's it's a very important thing. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Daniel, for your time. Daniel going to be with us into many events. Please come to see the energy of Daniel when we're going to organize event, presential event or virtual event. Please come, because for me, Daniel, I tell to him the last time, it's pure, I don't know, pure amour. Okay, c'est un amour pur en fait, Daniel. Pure love. Okay, it's white. What do you see? It's what you. Okay. I take time with him. UPW, we are together in UPW. We're working together in Success Resources. We are speaker and we promote, and we are part of the project development of Success Resources. It's the energy what Daniel going to give to you. All right, this content, the more important things, not the content. You can find the content in but like what he tell me, for me, for myself, this information shared to us, about entrepreneur to investor. Oh shit. Oh yes, I heard it from Robert 3 years, 4 years ago, but today I take I take breakthrough with Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, because and I think this podcast, you have to heard many times, of course. Ne vous inquiétez pas, on va vous mettre les sous-titres en français. Okay, you're going to have a subtitle in French. Okay, but connect to the energy of Daniel, please. Okay, if you connect to the energy, you're going to see le souffle de Dieu, d'accord, the heart of God. Okay, is speak because it's a canal of communication from God. Okay, I'm not afraid to speak about this, because we are all the people. We are canal of communication. It's only you have to use it or not. Okay, Daniel, thank you. You're going to see you next week. Okay, for the online summit. Okay, Daniel is going to come for our event for We Love Morocco. Okay, Israel on Friday. Thank you.